Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Cricut Design Space tutorial. Today I'm going to go over how you can upload different file types to Design Space and then what you can do with them after. We're going to go over the SVG files, PNG, and Jpeg. So let's start over here on the left side of the tool panel, and you're going to click on Upload. And as you see, I have a lot of files that I've already uploaded here. Now we're going to go through the entire process just so you can see kind of how it's done. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to start with the SVG file. So I'm going to click on this one, hit OK. And then here I can change the name. So if I don't like the file name that the designer has created for it, I can change it. Sometimes I just like to clean it up here. And then you can also add tags. So I'm going to add tags like basketball, mama, sports, maybe even t-shirt designs, whatever you really want to add so that when you go back to search for it, if you want to use it again, it'll be easy. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. So as you can see, I have the same image here. Now I'm going to go back to the second one later and you'll see why. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. So this is the one that I'd like to upload or insert into my board. So on the bottom right, I'm going to click Insert Image. And then I see my image here. So a couple things. Everything is all together. You can see two different colors here in my basketball design. Here you will see three different layers. So we have the lines in the basketball, which are black. We have the word mama, which is also in black, and then we have the cutout basketball, which is in orange. Now if you take this, and currently they're grouped together, most of the files will be grouped together. That's how I always export them, just because it keeps it together from going all over the place when you upload them. But I'm going to right click, ungroup, so now these are all separate, and then I'm going to pull this apart so you can see it is cut out from the background. And the reason for that is because when you're layering, and I go over this in a couple other videos as well, you really don't want to layer over top of another piece of vinyl. And the reason for that is because you will end up, it creates it so that it's thicker, you're more prone to having it peel, something can get scuffed on it, it has more edges. It's better if you can to have it lined up so that you can actually just have a negative space in the background. So if I turn this layer off, you'll see that it is cut out from the background, and that's nice. Also, it creates a situation so you can actually turn this off. Say that the shirt that you are working with is black, and what you would like to do with perhaps the text is you'd like to change it to a different color. Let's just say, let's make it orange, so that the basketball and the word is orange, and then it'll fill in those lines with the black shirt. So anyhow, that is that. So I'm going to just highlight over this and delete that. So you can change the colors that preview in Design Space. If you are doing a print and cut, it will print that color. So, but the colors only really matter if you are using a print and cut. If you're using solid sheets of vinyl, it could be any color because you're actually putting the colors of vinyl into the machine and so forth. So now I'm going to go back to upload, and I'm going to upload the same design, but I'm going to upload a PNG. I'm going to hit open, and then here you have a few different options. This design is pretty simple. It is high contrast, transparent background, so this is probably the most ideal selection. A lot of these other ones, if you have maybe like a pattern design or something that doesn't have real definitive lines, I would go with more complex. For this one, we're just going to choose simple, and then we're going to go hit continue. Now in this area, it gives you the option to select and erase. We're going to go over that later. Right now we have a transparent design, don't really want to change it, so I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And then here you have two options. You have an option to print then cut, which with a PNG is most likely the way that you're going to go if there are multiple colors. Or you can just choose to cut. Now, as you see here, if I choose just to cut, all you're going to get is the outside shape. So you're not going to get any of the color, any of the graphics inside. So we're going to go ahead and choose print, then cut. Here you can also change the file name, add your tags, and so forth. So hit save. And then I'm going to click on this, insert image. And now on the right hand side, you'll see that we just have one image. So this is actually from before, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So this is the new image that we just uploaded. It is a cut and print. So when you go to make it, you will now see a sheet of paper. So you would basically add your not cardstock, but your printable vinyl. If you are doing something where you want to print it out on like a cardstock and then cut it out, or make a sticker or whatever else, you would put that on your mat, and then it'll actually, in your printer, it'll create registration lines and all kinds of things like that, so that when it goes to the cut phase, your Cricut can read it and cut in the right areas. But right now we're going to hit cancel. I'm going to delete this, and now I'm going to upload a JPEG. So say you're cruising around Google Images and you find this great image that you want to use, but it has a white background. And you're like, oh man, what am I going to do with this? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to hit simple again, because we still have some pretty definitive lines here. But as you click through, you can kind of see what happens with the background. So actually, just for viewing purposes, I'm going to go ahead and click complex. I'm going to hit continue, and then now we are in the select and erase area. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my tool, and this is the Magic Wand tool, and you'll see this in many other different types of software applications, to where it does pretty much the same thing. If you click on an area, it'll take that whole area, select it, and in Design Space it actually deletes it. So you see I selected the white and it deleted everything. If you want to go back, you just hit undo on the top right, but we're going to go ahead and delete the white again. And then if you see in between the letters here, we also have those white spaces. And at this point, if we also wanted to get rid of this black, because we didn't want it, we were using a black t-shirt, whatever, we can do it there. But I'm going to go ahead and hit undo because I actually want the black lines. So we're going to hit continue, and then we get the same option here. So we can save as print then cut, or we can save it as a cut image. And I'm going to cancel out of that. Okay, so that's basically it. So those are just a few of the file types that you can upload in Cricut Design Space. And that is a good way to be able to use a lot of different images. If you find something on Google Images, make sure that you are using it for personal use. Please do not use these images that you find for free unless they have a commercial use option with them. You can always find these files from the original designer or someone who's reselling them on Etsy, Design Bundles. I have them for sale on my website, taylorgeorgedesigns.com. You can always find a much crisper file that way, but if you're just looking to do a quick craft at home, Google Images is a great place to start. You can also, actually here, let's do this real quick. If we go to Google, and let's just type in, see, basketball clip art. Okay, and I see all kinds of different clip art here. Let's just take this one for example. You can actually adjust your settings here. So if you go into tools, you can click on size, and typically you want to click large or medium. Usage rights, you can filter by that, labeled for reuse, labeled for non-commercial use if you're doing a personal project. So that way it'll give you a little bit better search results for the images that you're looking for. This one seems to be a great one. I can just right click on this, save image as, and then it'll pop up for a save window, and I can save the file there and then upload into Cricut. But again, please only use those for personal use unless they are otherwise marked. So that's all I have for today, and I hope that this was informational for you. If you would like to share this, you can go ahead and share this video, tag a friend who might find this helpful, and then be sure to head on over to my website, taylorgeorgedesigns.com. I'll write it out here just in case. georgedesigns.com. This is a terrible font to use. I'm going to go ahead and change that now. But you can find all types of different SVG files for crafting. There are all kinds of other fun things that I offer there as well. I do offer freebies, so please sign up for the email list. And that is all I have for you today. Hope to talk to you guys soon and look for more videos in the future. Thanks. Bye.